Hey.
Good evening, and
what?
Good evening, and welcome inside of the gymnasium here at Ruston High School for tonight's matchup between the South Lafourche Tarpons and your Ruston Bearcats. I'm Colin McDonald, joined tonight by Coach Ryan Bond, and soon we'll be joined by Nick Brown as well with the play-by-play. Coach Bond, as they're introducing the starters, what can you tell us about the starters for the Tarpons tonight?
Well, you know, they've only got one senior in that starting group, but they've, you know, their main key guy is a young man named Terrence Petrie, 5'10" guard. He's their leader. He scored 35 points in their first-round game against Hineville. Really, really tough-nosed kid, and I'm looking forward to watching him play.
Absolutely. Petrie seems to be one of the big leaders. And speaking of leaders tonight, for the Bearcats, we have Aiden Anding closing out his senior season before he heads off to play football at LSU. What can you tell us about the rest of the starters for the Bearcats?
Yeah, you know, thinking about Aiden and thinking about all these guys, this is going to be their last ball game in this gym tonight unless Westgate upsets Denham Springs. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it looks like the Bearcats are going to be on the road. But I know that these starters and the defensive intensity, I don't know if South Lafourche has came across a team like the Bearcats on the defensive end.
100% agree. I would say looking at the court just during warm-ups, you could see mismatches all over the place that hopefully the Bearcats will be able to take advantage of. And this crowd, there's a wonderful crowd here tonight. South Lafourche has traveled extremely well.
Yeah.
It's a lot more crowded than we thought it would be coming into the game.
Yeah, especially with Simsboro and Shudrin, you know, playing just a few miles down the road. But South Lafourche, they came out, and it's kind of a feel-good story for these guys. They haven't made the playoffs since 2009. They're really a 4A school, but they're playing in 5A playoffs, so really good for them to get here in the second round. But, yeah, you know, my personal opinion, it might be a long night for them.
I agree. Just looking at the court, it looks like it is going to be a long night. So here in just a moment, we're going to be joined by Nick Brown here doing the play-by-play, but we've got tip-off coming up here next as we hand off the headset over to Nick Brown. Coach Bond, it's been a pleasure doing an abbreviated pregame with you just as we're getting ready for the game, but we're going to get tip-off, and hopefully we're going to be playing on Friday either at home or down at Denham Springs as well.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming on, Colin. Yeah, Nick Brown's making a couple of last-second public announcements here to the crowd to maintain proper sportsmanship, and we appreciate Nick. He's always double duty, triple duty. He's always helping us out.
Ready for this second-round game between the Tarpons of South Lafourche. I went down there years ago to a football game. They were undefeated. Bearcats led by Billy Laird, late Billy Laird, defeated South Lafourche. We're ready for some basketball here. And, Coach, I tell you, watching film on Hineville, no game is played on paper, but you're looking at a possible mismatch. But let's just hope the players are focused. And there's a tip controlled easily by the Bearcats. Zatarian Sutton with the ball. No surprise, the Tarpons playing a zone. Yeah. How well the Bearcats shoot the basketball tonight. Over on the wing to Sutton, at the top to Anding. Played very unselfish the other night. Cross-court skip to Anding. That one's up, and it's good. 3-point basket for Aiden Anding. And the Bearcats lead it 3-0 over South Lafourche.
Yeah, great opening set by the Bearcats. Set up flare screen, and Aiden popped out to the wing.
Bearcats Petrie with the basketball at the top.
Yeah. Petrie hasn't seen someone like Aiden Anding on the defensive
end. And the brothers, the Cantrell brothers, that one thrown away. Number 2, Carter Cantrell. Number 10, Kobe Cantrell. But off the foot of a Bearcat. We're going to reset it. South Lafourche basketball right in front of the Bearcat bench. Nick Brown and Ryan Bond bringing you play-by-play action tonight, second round of the playoffs. At the top, Kobe Cantrell. He's going to look over to Carter. Into 35, Nick Coleman. Coleman going to drive.
Good hustle from Ahmad.
Good hustle from the big guy. Going to keep it right here. Bearcats lead it 3-0. Inbound the basketball, number 10, Kobe Cantrell. Cantrell going to find his brother. Now Nick Coleman with the basketball, and they're going to throw it away. Coleman throws it away. Bearcats lead it 3-0. We play 54 seconds. Officiating crew out of Alexandria. a crew that I've seen before really do a good job. Sutton with the ball at the top on the wing to Dejaran Parker against this.
Looks like the same set.
There's a skip over to Andy on the left side. You're right, Coach, same set. And, Coach, it's difficult now going against this zone. What are the Bearcats looking for?
Well, looks like they're going to try to get the ball inside on this set.
There's a screen from Hudson in the corner to Dejaran Parker. That's the way the Bearcats open the game versus Destrehan, and now Bearcats lead us 6-0. Terrence Peachy with the basketball. He's going to drive. He'll look for a backdoor to Cullen St. Amant, over to Cantrell. Two Cantrells tonight. Carter Cantrell, number 2. His brother, Kobe, number 10. Also on the floor, Nick Coleman. That's going to be a quick timeout taken by the Tarpons of South Lafourche. We'll take it with them. We're going to take a 30-second break. You listen to Bearcat Basketball on the Roo 102.3 and the Bearcat Nation Network. Welcome back to the quarter. The Bearcats lead is 6-0. A quick timeout by the Tarpons of Lafourche, South Lafourche. Boy, slipping down is Petrie. He's going to put up a shot, and it falls in. 6-2, Bearcats lead. That one really just a rumbling, stumbling tumble. Bearcats didn't want to pick up a foul, and it went in. 6-2 the score. Tarpons going to jump out in man-to-man. Sutton with the ball at the top. The Bearcats have made a substitution. Zarek Hill in the game for the Bearcats. He's going to lob it into Ahmad. Hudson going to take it up, and good. Hudson being guarded by a 6'3" Cullen St. Amant. St. Amant no match for Hudson. Bearcats will exploit that. Petrie going to drive down the lane. Another knocked away by Hudson. Petrie going to take another jumper. It's short, no good. Hudson with the rebound. And the Bearcats moving right to left on your radio dial. Keyshawn Malcolm with the ball to the left wing. He's going to drive, and he's going to pull up and hit a jumper. South Lafourche wanted an offensive foul. They're not going to get it. Another turnover. That one picked by Anding, but it went off of his body. Good call by the official. On the floor for the Bearcats, Aiden Anding, Ahmad Hudson, Zatarian Sutton, Keyshawn Malcolm, and Zarek Hill.
Yeah, great intensity from the Bearcats starting this ball game.
Little change to see South Lafourche jump man-to-man on that possession.
Yeah, I guess they were a little upset because, got a couple of wide open looks from the three, but I don't know if man-to-man is something they can stick with for very many possessions.
Now, a little delay in game, that is something. Tying a shoe, that's something that really favors South Lafourche. A little time out here to rest.
Yeah, settle the nerves as well.
So inbounding the basketball, number 35, Nicholas Coleman. Coleman inbounds the ball, looks, give him trouble. That was nearly stolen by the Bearcats into Kobe Cantrell. He's going to get it over to most of their offense, runs around. Terrence Petrie had 35 versus Honville. Bearcats lead at 8-2. Sutton guarding Cantrell. Cantrell in the corner to Cullen St. Amant. St. Amant drives, dishes, stolen by, ended up in Keyshawn Malcolm's hand. He's going to drive all the way to the goal and lays it in. Bearcats lead at 10-2. We've played 4 minutes. Bearcats lead it by 8 here in the second round of the Division I non-select playoffs. Petrie with the basketball. All offense goes through him. He's going to dish over to Carter Cantrell. Cantrell over to his brother inside to Coleman. Coleman guarded by Zarek Hill. Now they're going to feed it into Coleman. Coleman's shot fake. Up and under move. Nearly a foul from Hill. No good. That one's last touched by, bad call. That was touched by the Tarpons.
Yeah, one of the things that South Lafourche did last round, in the second half, they tried to get the ball inside into 35, Nick Coleman, and he had 6 quick points to start the second half.
Now the South Lafourche substitutes in number 23, Bo George. They're going to inbound the ball, try to get it to him. He comes down with it. Really a physical-looking player. Air ball by the Tarpons, and the Bearcats looking to run tonight. Malcolm with a long three, no good. It's short. Follows his shot, doesn't get it. Here come the Tarpons. Who else other than Petrie? Coach Dean's calling for a trap. That's a block. Oh, Georges went up. Cross-court pass to Sutton. It's up and good. Bearcats shooting lights out, lead at 13-2. Bearcats playing with an intensity. Coach, I really didn't see this versus Destrehan. It's just another gear tonight.
Yeah, there haven't been early subs except for Zarek, and so the intensity hasn't dropped.
Coleman with the ball on the wing. No threat from there. In the corner to Petrie. To Cantrell. They're going to call a carry. Good defense by number 1 AA Aiden Anding. Entering the game for the Bearcats. Be number 10, C.J. Malone.
Substitute Landon Dardar.
Dardar now in the game for the Tarpons. Tarpons in the blue uniforms trimmed in white. White numerals, Bearcats in the white jerseys. Trimmed in red, red numerals outlined in black. Bearcats lead at 13-2. Nick Brown and the coach Ryan Bond here with 3:40 to go in the first quarter. The second round of the Division I non-select playoff. Zarek with the ball, going to throw a lob. Really, it was a shot, but it was a lob all the way. Hudson with the rebound. He's going to kick to Malone. Malone for three, no good. Tarpons with a rebound. Petrie with the basketball. He's going to trap. You're really going to force. They know that Petrie's the guy to shoot, Coach. Every time Petrie has the ball, we're setting a trap. There's a lob to Hudson. He misses it, and this crowd was ready for it. Another timeout called by the Tarpons. We're going to take it with them. It's a fast pace tonight on Denman Garner Court. We're going to take a 30-second break. Listen to Bearcat Basketball on the Roo 102.3 and the Bearcat Nation Network. Back in 30 seconds.
Calling Bearcat Nation. This is Bill Hogan at CenturyNext Bank. Here we love our Bearcats, and we know there's no team like our home team. Remember, when you bank with us, you bank with locals. And that's a win for our community. Go Bearcats. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Denman Garner Court. Nick Brown and the coach Ryan Bond with the Bearcats lead at 13-2. The Tarpons of South Lafourche. Head coach Keegan Polkey already called 2 timeouts here in the first quarter. Bearcats lead it by 11, and now Bearcats using their advantage, coach, setting up a full court press. On the floor for the Bearcats, Deidre Parker, Zatarian Sutton, Zarek Hill, Ahmad Hudson, and C.J. Malone.
Maybe a little ticky-tack right there.
I thought that was a ticky-tack foul away from the ball. Bearcats holding. Call for a hold. There, switch to pick. Great job. Ahmad inbound the ball to George. Having trouble getting the ball across. Nearly a 10-second violation now. Ahmad, they have 2-on-1. Really, I thought that was a charge. Good job from the big fella. Official just looks at him and shakes his head. Bearcats lead at 13-4. Bearcats in a man-to-man offense. High-low going to look for a lob to Hudson. There it is. Yeah. No good. That's his second miss of the night. Gets his rebound, dunks it. And that's what the Bearcats are going to do. If they're going to play man-to-man, doesn't matter what guards you have on the floor, get the ball into the big fella and let him eat. Here comes the Tarpons with Petrie. Petrie over to Coleman, and Coleman hits a three.
Yeah, he can make that shot. Yeah, that's one thing about the Bearcats tonight. They're going to have several offensive rebounding opportunities.
Coleman, one of the senior leaders on this squad. Bearcats lead it by 8, 15-7.
Yeah. Screen across, trying to get the ball inside to Ahmad.
Toss out to Sutton. That's a little physical guard. Got a rip from Sutton now. Lowered his shoulder, headbutt, and got the rebound. Went down to the floor. No travel call, no foul. You really need to watch Carter Cantrell lowered his shoulder. There's a lob to Hudson and another dunk. That one right in the face of Bo George. Bearcats lead at 17-7. Shot over, pass over to Coleman. Coleman did just hit a three. There's a steal. Going to call. That's the second foul called away from the basketball. That's a hold called on number 2, Deidre Parker. That's going to be his first foul. Bearcats whistled for 2 fouls here. Ending the game for the Bearcats. Delaney.
Mason Delaney.
Delaney in the game for the Bearcats out. Ahmad Hudson. Deidre Parker stay on the floor, just 1 foul. No one in foul trouble here. Bearcats lead it by 10. There's Cantrell with the ball over to Coleman. Coleman picks it up, nearly walked. He's going to force it inside. George misses a shot, contested by Delaney, gets his own rebound, lowers his shoulder. Delaney nearly fouled him. Rebound from, more physical game than I thought it would be here in the second round. How many fouls being called? DeJuran Parker kicks the ball to the top to Aiden Anding. Back to his own defense are the Tarpons. Up and down the floor now. They shift more man-to-man. There goes Anding, going to dish off to Delaney. Delaney up with a dunk. Boy, that was just easy picking.
Yeah, that's
19-7.
More of that unselfish play we saw from Aiden Anding in the first round game.
I'm going to tell you, of course, we know what a good athlete he is and signed with LSU to play football, but what we saw the other night versus Destrehan, never looked to score at all, pass the ball. And this is a guy with a guard that's got decent numbers, but looked to a lot to Stringfellow. Great steal, just unselfish play out of the senior Aiden Anding. 19-7, Bearcats lead it, 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. DeJuran Parker, Keyshawn Malcolm. Cole Gray in the ball. Mason Delaney. That one off a Tarpon player's head, chased down by Gray out of bounds.
Yeah, going back to Aiden, he's scored over 1,000 points in his career, and he's missed big hunks of the season the last 2 years playing football. So, he can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, 1-3 on the night. We'll get those stats for it. They're going to call Cole Gray with a foul. And you look at it, the 5'4", Carter Cantrell really just got in the way, held a block, and Cole Gray out of frustration pushed Cantrell down. They're going to be the fourth foul on the Bearcats, the first on Cole Gray. But they're going to watch Cantrell push off. And that's what Gray is telling them. So, look, he's moving into my space. There's a move. Good pick. Dardar in the game, going to hit Cantrell over. He's going to fire for three. It's way short. Rebound from Anding, and the Bearcats moving down the floor. Anding going to hit Gray. Gray going to shoot a three. Going to be way short. Rebound Delaney. Delaney going to kick back out to Gray. The top to Malcolm. Malcolm penetrates. They're going to have a reach-in foul. First call of the night on the Tarpons.
No, it looked like they called the jump ball right there.
They sure did. It looked like there was going to be a foul, reach-in foul on Aiden Savoy. But no, not the case. Entering the game for Carter Bro, inbound entering the game for the Tarpons.
Yeah, I think that when that ball was swung back to Key, he could have kicked it right over to Aiden for an open three.
19-7, Bearcats lead it. Nick Brown and Ryan Bond. Bearcats with a little trap. Coach moving out. Delaney now guarding Bro inside. And they're going to call a foul on Malcolm. I'm going to tell you, Coach, Dean going to have to say something. Really, you're looking at 5 fouls, and I think the South Lafourche courts, we're biased, but I think they're physical and gritty. Look at a few push-offs on their drives. Dean going to have to go to that bench early. Bearcats find themselves in foul trouble. Malcolm with his first foul. At the free throw line for the Tarpons will be Landon Dardar.
Yeah, they've called 5 fouls against the guys, and maybe the one against Cole was a foul, Cole Gray, but
Dardar's free throw's good. Bearcats lead at 19-8. That one's good. Bearcats with a 10-point lead. 23.9 seconds. Officials totally missed the sub. Now they're going to reach over. Bearcats, look at Dean's bringing the subs in. Ahmad Hudson entering for Mason Delaney. Keyshawn Malcolm, Cole Gray, Ahmad Hudson, Duran Parker. Now Malone checking back in for Gray. And Aiden Anding. That rounds out the Bearcat 5. Bearcats lead it by 10.
Working for the last shot of the quarter.
Malcolm just going to be patient here. No read to rush. 14 seconds.
Looks like it's going to be a high ball screen.
There's a move over to Andy. Andy going to cross over back to Malcolm. And Malcolm going to take the three, and it is no good. Hudson tracks down the rebound. And nearly a foul. You're going to see a lot of pushing on the big fella. We're going to take a 60-second break. You're watching Bearcat basketball on the Bearcat Nation Network and the Roo 102.3. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hi, I'm Christian Lewis from the Bearcat Nation Network. We are a student-operated broadcasting group dedicated to bringing quality entertainment through the streaming of Ruston High athletic events. We rely on donations from the community to keep our operations running. Please consider donating or purchasing an ad to keep the Bearcat Nation Network your source for Ruston High sports.
Dan and I started Cummins & Fitts in October of 2018. We were both practicing family law and identified a need in our community.
A divorce is often one of the most traumatic and stressful experiences of a person's life. As family law attorneys, we are dealing with divorce, custody, child support, spousal support, and community property petitions. We understand that these issues are complex and that our clients need personalized, focused attention.
All right, bring it back. Bring it back. Second quarter action underway. Bearcats lead at 19-9, alternating possession to the Bearcats. Bearcats did win the tip, but we had a jump ball. Sutton going to drive, condition the corner to Parker. Parker with a long three. It is short, bounces off the rim and off the top of the backboard.
Leading scorers for the Bearcats there in the first quarter. Zatarian Sutton had 6. JP Jordan Parker had 3. Keyshawn Malcolm had 2. Ahmad Hudson was 6, 2 dunks, and Mason Delaney had 1 dunk.
All right, Bearcats showing full court pressure. Dardar with the basketball for the Tarpons. Excuse me, that's Bo George. Bo George going to look in the corner to Savoie. Savoie over. Now down the quarter, Petrie. Petrie, no stranger to shooting, had 35 versus Honville. And that was a game in which the Tarpons trailed with 1 minute to go and came back and won the ball game. Trailed by 4. Hudson with a nice spin move, going to pull up, going to look into the lane, going to hit Parker out to Malone. Malone, that looked like it was touched. Malone hits it from 3. That is his spot, Coach. We saw him hit that one versus Destrehan.
Yeah, that's our 4th made 3. One note there, right there at the end of the first quarter on the dribble handoff between the guards, Aiden Andy came up a little limp. He was hobbling a little bit.
Blocking foul on the Bearcats. Malone just guarded, got in position, but was moving, so a blocking foul. They're going to shoot 2. Bearcats lead at 22-9. 6:46 remaining here in the first half. Again, the beauty of speed up this game. The different. How did you like the new rule on fouls? Did you like the resetting?
Yeah, I did. I thought it cleaned up some of the play around, free throws, in the one-on-one situation. Yeah, I thought it.
Dardar's free throw is good. Bearcats lead it by 12. Second free throw on the way, it's also good. 22-11, Bearcats lead it over South Lafourche. South Lafourche turned out many people making the trip from Galliano. Hudson with the ball at the top. He's going to look at Keyshawn Malcolm. Malcolm going to dribble behind the back. Going to pull up. 2-pointer, no good. Hudson with the rebound. He's up, misses the dunk. That's the 3rd missed shot, Coach, on Hudson. You got to start thinking about hitting those off the glass. That one into the corner, back to the top, long-range 3, and it is no good. Hudson with the rebound. Really just one shot, one and done for the Tarpons. Bearcats have to convert on the offensive end of the floor. You coach, and this is one you don't let an underdog stick around.
Yeah, one thing about South Lafourche, they are going to play hard for all 4 quarters.
There's Sutton with a drive all the way to go. Going to hit in the corner of the Duran Park. Going to shoot a 3. It's good. Bearcats lead at 25-11. Petrie with the basketball for South Lafourche. All offense goes through him. There's a trap. Force him to give the ball up. He gives the ball up to Bro. Bro going to go inside. Nice take. They're attacking right at the big man. Give them credit for that. Not a problem at all, and that was George. And that's a rebound by Hudson. I'm going to hand it to him, Coach. They're not backing down. No. They're going in. George, really, 6'3", if you're being kind, probably 6'2", not backing down from Ahmad Hudson. He's taking it straight to him. Bearcats lead it by 14. Bearcats now is going to weave the ball around the top. Inside pass to Hudson. That has to be a reaching foul on the floor. Will be the first one. Now mass substitutions for the Tarpons. Entering the game will be number 24, Cullen St. Amant. Number 2, Carter Cantrell. 35 going to check in. That's Nicholas Coleman back in for the Tarpons. And like what doing there right there, you realize you got to mass sub if you're going to stay on the floor with the Bearcats.
Yeah, they're back with their original starters.
Kobe Cantrell in the door as well. There's Malcolm with the basketball. He's going to look inside to Hudson. There is Sutton with a long-range 3, and another one's good.
Yeah, that's their 6-3.
Coach, it's 9 straight points for the Bearcats up into 17. Bearcats lead at 28-11. It was an 8-point game 30 seconds ago. Kick out to Carter Cantrell. Cantrell going to drive, put it up, and no good. There's Hudson with a rebound. We'll get those rebound statistics for you at halftime. Keyshawn Malcolm nearly has it taken away. He picks it up, going to throw the top. Finds Sutton. Sutton behind the back dribble. Now going to go and attack the rim, kick out, and that was going to be a turnover. One of the few mistakes you've seen play, Sutton grabbing his jersey. Said, hey, I realized what I did was wrong there, Coach. 28-11, Bearcats lead it with 4:36 remaining. Sutton applying man-to-man defense to Petrie. 0 guarding 0. He didn't touch him. They're gonna that one now. I think that's ticky-tack, and I think that the score is indicative of how close the game is being called for the Bearcats.
Yeah, Zarek Hill and Fabo, they're checking in. Fabo, he's going to be even more
now,
physical.
If you think that was a foul, you wait till you see Fabian Stringfellow. Love to watch him play football for the Bearcats.
Yeah.
A lot of teams picked on him because of his size. In fact, he just held there. He's going to be on Petrie.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind seeing him face guard Petrie, but he's on Petrie. Fabo guarding Petrie. Going to move the ball to Cantrell. Cantrell going to look for backdoor cut. Good pass from Cantrell. And that was a good offensive set by the Tarpons.
Yeah, they took the ball inside. Ahmad's out taking a quick breather. It's too easy, though.
Stringfellow with a basketball. He's going to try penetrate all the way to the goal, lay it up, and good.
Good move from
Boy,
Fabo.
instant offense by the Bearcats.
Yeah.
Now look at the defense of the Bearcats playing man-to-man. Normally trap Petrie at the top. Almost a reach from Fabo. There's Cantrell. He's going to dish the ball over to Kobe Cantrell. Brothers. That was an offensive foul from Nick Coleman. Ball ends up in the hands. He's going to pass up the floor. Good pass. And there's a two-point basket. Boy, unselfish play. You see a man open up the floor, and Malone did exactly that, Coach.
Yeah, the defensive intensity down there with the guards, active hands, they were switching. They didn't allow that easy dribble penetration as they had on the previous defensive possession. Really good job from the Bearcats.
All right, going to enter the game for the Bearcats. Going to be a timeout. We're going to take it with them. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. Bearcats lead at 32-13. 3:38 remaining here in the first half. Nick Brown and Ryan Bond will be right back after this 30-second break.
Step into the winner's circle with a John Deere tractor from Goldman Equipment. Shop North and Central Louisiana's largest John Deere dealer. Goldman Equipment. We're not just in your field, we're in your backyard. Thank you for calling Goldman Equipment. How can I help you?
Welcome back to Denman Garner Court. Nick Brown and the coach Ryan Bond bringing you second round action. 32-13, Bearcats lead it here in the second quarter. At the line shooting the free throw, number 3, Fabian Stringfellow, Fabo. And that's 12 straight points. Just a few minutes ago, it was 21-13, and now 33-13. Bearcats lead it. Keyshawn Malcolm guarding Cantrell. Cantrell with a good pass, going to throw it away. 5'4" Pitbull is Carter Cantrell. Averages 2.5 steals per game. Petrie going to be well below his average right now. He's averaging 17. The team has 13. Stringfellow with the basketball. Look at the top to the Duran Parker. He's going to drive, spin, kicks to the corner. Malone says he's not going to shoot. He's going to cross-court pass to Malcolm. Malcolm with a Euro step, going to get him one on the floor. Bearcats will inbound the basketball underneath the basket.
Yeah, Aiden hasn't checked back in here in the second quarter.
Inbound to Malcolm, long-range three, no good. Zarek Hill with a tip, goes it again, gives it up. Boy, what unselfish play. Zarek Hill kept that play alive, tapped it to himself, and dished off to Parker for the two-point basket. Bearcats lead at 35-13 here in the first half. Coleman with the basketball for the Tarpons. Going to look inside, wide open look to Landon Dardar. Goes by the nickname of Meathead. Meathead with a two-point layup. 35-15. Bearcats lead it by 20.
Yeah, the Bearcats on the weak side didn't drop quick enough.
Malcolm with the ball over to Malone. Malone on the wing. He's looking. There's Zarek Hill at the top. Hill going to look to Malcolm. Just ran him through.
Little 5 out.
Little weave with 5 out. Man-to-man defense by the Tarpons. Zarek Hill said no, not going to shoot that three. And that was a foul on Dardar. And Parker's going to be kind and not give it back to him. But I'm going to tell you, the contact from 21, Landon Dardar. Dean's going to take a timeout. But right there, he really should talk to the official because there was contact that interrupted the play of the Duran Parker catching that ball. We'll keep it right here, Coach, and look at some stats here in the early going in this contest. Good crowd on hand tonight.
Headquartered in Ruston, Louisiana, HGA is a full-service project management and engineering services firm providing professional services to clients throughout the U.S. and overseas. HGA builds long-term client relationships by listening to clients, leveraging the experience of its professional team and delivering on its commitments. HGA is a proud supporter of the Bearcat football program.
With 8, Stringfellow with 5, Keyshawn Malcolm with 2, Malone with 3, Hudson with 6, Delaney with 2 on a big dunk, and that's for your Bearcats, 35 total points.
Yeah, good timeout from Coach Deans. Really weak last 2 defensive possessions. So
2:11 left here in the first half. Bearcats lead it by 18, 35-17. There's a play. That's the one that was a turnover by the Bearcats on the last possession. Malcolm with a strong drive to the goal. Got hammered. No foul. Derek Hill with a rebound. Over to Malone. Malone with the air. Just the floater, and it's in. 37-17. Coleman with the basketball. A little trap from the Bearcats. Cross court to Cantrell. Kobe Cantrell back the top to Coleman. Coleman has hit 1-3 on the night. There's a cross-court pass, too easy, into Petrie. He misses the shot. That's uncharacteristic to him, but you can tell he just got a steal in the backcourt. Bearcats getting careless with the basketball. And there was a shot from Dardar into Keyshawn Malcolm. And I want to tell you, a lot of times you're looking at Dardar, you look at his team with South Lafourche, and that's one thing, Coach. Bearcats lead at 37-17. A lot of physical play from the Bearcats being called, not being called on the Tarpons.
Yeah, and I guess, maybe the referees feel a little sorry for the team that's down by 20,
Well, the shot that Keyshawn Malcolm just took was a foul. And that would be, if we were watching, it'd be a flagrant one.
Yeah.
Fabian Stringfellow with the basketball, just crossed midcourt. Stringfellow looking, a little 1-4 look for the Bearcats, cross court. Put Parker in the corner. Back to the top to Malone. You really have to watch Landon Dardar, number 21. There's inside to Hudson. There's a dunk. Big fella says, I'll take it to the rack, and they get out of the way. 39-17, Bearcats by 22. 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Petrie with the basketball. Hit it over to Savoy. Savoy in the corner, good.
Yeah, that you never help off a strong side shooter.
Kobe Cantrell with a 3, and there's Stringfellow back quick the other way, and there gets 2 of them right back. Bearcats waste little time on that. 32 seconds remaining here in the first half. Bearcats lead at 41-20. Petrie with the ball at the top, guarded by Stringfellow. That was a double dribble. They missed that one. 25, Savoy up with a shot. Dardar with a rebound. And he's clapping in the face of Ahmad Hudson. Don't think that's a wise thing to do. But he does go by the nickname of Meathead. So Meathead going to be at the free throw line shooting 2. Coach going to insert Cole Gray in the game for the Bearcats. Ahmad just shaking his head because he's going in for Parker. So Cole Gray in for Parker. Hudson on the low block. Free throw is good. That's the Bearcat lead to 20. 41-21 with 17 seconds remaining here in the first half. Nick Brown and the coach Ryan Bond here in the second round of the playoffs from Denman Garner Court on the campus of Ruston High. Fable going to drive all the way to the goal, kiss it off the glass, tickles the twine. Bearcats lead it by 22. No foul on the Bearcats. Good defense by Stringfellow. And Tarpon's begging for a foul, but he turned his back to him. No foul. Official looking at the coach. Bearcats lead at 43-21. We're going to come back in 60 seconds, give you the first half stats. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more.
On a journey towards the best dentistry with exceptional care, you need travel no further than the heart of Ruston. There you will find the team behind Johnston & Murphy Dental Care. It's a goal built on the tradition of excellence established more than 60 years ago, a legacy in superior dental care and unparalleled customer service. It's a journey worth taking and one we're proud to make with you. Come experience the best dentistry and exceptional customer service. Johnston & Murphy Dental Care. There's a story behind every smile.
Welcome back to Denman Garner Court on the campus of Ruston High School. Nick Brown and the coach Ryan Bond. And, Coach, you have to look at the three-point shooting by the Bearcats. Bearcats shooting 6 for 11, 55% from behind the arc. Certainly been a difference in this contest.
Yeah, and Coach Deans has done a great job of rolling in the regular rotation. You know, you look at the Bearcats on the year, they're averaging 56 points a game, and they've already got 43 here in the first half. You know, shooting, making three-pointers in 2 quarters always helps there, but the intensity that the Bearcats have, I mean, they have not had very many plays off.
Now on the field goal percentage, 2-point, Bearcats 18 for 29 at 62%. Really been hot from behind the arc with a three-point shooting, but look at rebounds. Really no surprise here, Coach. You look at Bearcats done a great job on most possessions. South Lafourche has been one and done, and Ahmad Hudson been a big reason for that. He has 8 rebounds here in the first half. Bearcats have 18 total rebounds, 13 on the defensive end, and only 5 on the offensive rebounding end.
Yeah, one of the bigger players that stood out to me for the Bearcats, Fabian Stringfellow. He comes in there just, and won 9 points there in the second quarter. Defensive pest. So, really great job from Fabo.
I tell you what, you look at him, he's got 9 points, and that's one thing you just really realize the mismatch. Guys cleared out. He was able to take his man straight to the basket. And going over the points tonight, Sutton has 9 points here in the first half. Dram Parker has 8 points. Stringfellow, as we mentioned, has 9. Keyshawn Malcolm, been quiet with just 2, but a lot of passes on the night from Malcolm. A lot of 3 balls just aren't following, gone in and out for Keyshawn. Look for that to change in the second half. Malone with 5 points. Hudson with 8. Really, Hudson with 3 bunnies that he missed would have him 14. Delaney with a big dunk, and that rounds out the Bearcat scoring, leading at 43-21.
Yeah, and then you look at South Lafourche. Terrence Petrie, their leading scorer coming in 17 a game. He's been held to 2 points, and with Aiden on him, and then multiple guys throwing bodies at him. With Bill and Fabo, they're doing a good job of frustrating him. But down low, Landon Dardar. He comes in. His coach told us his nickname is Meathead, and he's coming and he scored 11 points for them. So he's bringing that intensity. He was a running back for them, so all-district running back this year. So he's got a certain level of toughness, and he's certainly bringing that here in the first half.
I tell you what, Dardar was not intimidated by Ahmad Hudson. He came at him. I think a couple of times got away with some fouls, but again, I think we're a little biased. But I think one thing you're impressed with, you look at the Bearcats, you looked up at the scoreboard at one time, they had trimmed it to 8 points.
Yep.
And I thought, you let an underdog lay around that way, there's a good chance they could come back, and Bearcats went in like a 9-0 run, and just like that, it was 17. But, Coach, this South Lafourche team is not going to go away.
No, definitely not. And you brought up the point earlier. They went on a 12-0 run, and their coach, he did a good job of he put 4 subs out there with Petrie. And so you've got to give those starters a little bit of a rest so they can, maybe try to make a push and cut into this lead in the second half. And so that's when part of that run was against 4 bench players.
All right, you're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Rue 102.3 and watching on the Bearcat Nation Network. We're going to take a 3-minute break. That's right, a 3-minute break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Bearcats lead at the half, 43-21 over the Tarpons of South Lafourche. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Hey, I'm Max, and I take pictures for the Bearcat Nation Network.
What's up? I'm Dickenzie, and I run camera 2.
Hey y'all, I'm Clayton, aka Sparky, and I run your high center camera for the Bearcat Nation Network.
Hi, I'm Joey, and I run camera for freshman and JV games.
What's up, Bearcat Nation? My name is Christian, and I'm a cameraman and host of Touchdown Talks.
Hi, I'm Josh Dalton, and I run the stream and replays for the Bearcat Nation Network.
I'm Carson Calhoun, and I'm the cameraman for freshman and JV games.
I'm Sebastian. I create graphics and run cameras for Bearcat Nation Network.
Hey, I'm Daniel, and I'm on the sidelines for Bearcat Nation Network.
What's up, Bearcat fans? I'm Tate, and I'm on the field with the wireless.
Hey, I'm Araja, class 2025. This is my 4th defining year with Bearcat Nation Network. You can find me at camera 2 or camera 3.
I'm Avery Madden. I'm the media coordinator, and I work in the press box running replays and music.
Pierce Lumber has all of your outdoor cooking and tailgate needs covered with the full line of Traeger grills, Big Green eggs, Blackstone griddles, and Yeti products. They have a great selection of wood pellets and seasonings from meat church to hardcore. With the Turtle Box speaker and smokeless solo stove, Pierce Lumber is everything you need for the ultimate outdoor experience. Located at 1032 Burgessville Road in Ruston, or check them out on Facebook or Instagram. Go Big Ruston!
Firmly founded since 1936, Pierce Lumber has been your go-to for quality building products in Ruston and North Louisiana. Whether you're doing a small project or building something new from the ground up, they have the products and materials you need from start to finish, including Benjamin Moore paints and No. 1 kiln and dried treated lumber processed locally by Mid-State Wood Preservers. They carry tools from DeWalt, Milwaukee, Senco, and Ego Power Tools for the maintenance for your home. They are located at 1032 Burgessville Road in Ruston, or you can check them out on Facebook or Instagram. Go Bearcats!
Campus of Ruston High School, Nick Brown along with the coach Ryan Bond. Got a message, a lot of you watching on the Bearcat Nation Network and listening on Rue 102.3. We certainly appreciate you watching and listening, enjoying Bearcat athletics, Bearcat basketball. Larry Cadero, coach, said to tell you hello. L Train watching, played right here for me years ago. Coach, I will tell you, this is not the first time the Bearcats have had an interim coach and had success with that. You go back years ago. No, I'm not going there yet.
Yeah, you're talking about yourself.
No, not yet. I'm not, because I wasn't the last one. Ricky Durrett let me know, superintendent, talking to he and John Young. The year that Theodis Johnson came in, was the interim coach, led the Bearcats to the quarterfinals.
Yep.
Then you go back to many moons ago, coaching. Actually, one district was the last district championship in basketball. To you broke that record, Coach. Congratulations for that. I was a trivia question answer, but I was came in the middle of the year. We won district, went to the quarterfinals, and interesting, have an opportunity. Westgate playing Denham Springs tonight. Back years ago, went down to Westgate, New Iberia, and faced the Westgate squad. It would not surprise me. I don't have a halftime score yet. Should the Bearcats lead hold up, we'll play the winner of Westgate and Denham Springs. And if it's Denham Springs, that would be on the road. And actually, Denham Springs with a little problems with their gym, that game would be at Walker. But the Bearcats have business to take care of here in the second half, leading 43-21. Did have word unconfirmed, not sure if the status of Aiden Andy, coach, looks like he may be out for the rest of the game.
No, it looks like he's walking out there. I think they taped him up. They right at the end of the first quarter, they had a little dribble handoff between Keyshawn and Double A, and he tweaked his ankle, but he's taped up, and he looks like he's ready to go.
On the floor for the Bearcats. We'll get that in just a minute, but Coleman, Petrie, same way they started the game, St. Amant and the Cantrell brothers on the floor for the Tarpons, and they'll have the basketball to start the second half. On the floor for the Bearcats, the same way they started the game. Aiden Andy putting great pressure on, and there is Coleman. Finally, the inbound ball to Coleman. Dejoran Parker, Sutton, Malcolm, and Hudson on the floor for the Bearcats. Coleman with the basketball, got away with a travel, going to cross-court pass into Cantrell. Cantrell into number 24, Cullen St. Amant, and the Tarpons start with a basket. 43-23, Bearcats leaded by 20.
Yeah, every coach, in the nation, they always remind their players at halftime with a big lead. No, it's 0-0. Alley-oop. We've seen that play before between Ahmad and AA.
Yeah, great assist from Ahmad Hudson, and now I think that ankle is fine. Chris Brisher did a great job with that. Bearcats lead at 45-23. Man-to-man defense out of the Bearcats. Petrie with the basketball. He's going to throw a cross-court pass. Too easy. Cantrell goes in the land of the Giants, and it's knocked away. And Hudson gives it up, gets it right back, and there's back-to-back slam dunks for the Bearcats, leading at 47-23. Ahmad says, thank you very much. Bearcats up big. 24-point lead for the Bearcats, 6:55 remaining here in the third quarter. Petrie with the basketball. No, excuse me, that's St. Amant with the basketball. He's going to drive left-handed, try to attack. There's a steal from Sutton. He's going to drive all the way, puts his hand off, nearly got to push off. There's Ahmad trailing, but he's able to lay it in, and South Lafourche going to take a quick timeout. We'll take it with him. A 30-second timeout. Bearcats lead at 49-23. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Contact local agent Skip Russell for your personal price plan today.
Welcome back to the Rue 102.3. Nick Brown along with the coach Ryan Bond. I tell you, everything's a competition, Coach. South Lafourche cheerleaders went and did flips to half court. The Bearcats, head lady Bearcat cheer squad said, you know what? No, we're not going to be outdone. They just went full court under the direction of Colin McDonald. Does a great job keeping stats for. Certainly appreciate him. Bearcats lead at 49-23. Trouble getting the ball in, and it's stolen by Hudson. Hudson takes it up and under. No good. South Lafourche with the rebound. Petrie taking the ball down the floor. At the top to Cantrell. Cantrell going to drive, going to the land of the Giants. Kicks out to Petrie. Long range three. It is no good. Robinson with the rebound. Turns his back. No foul. Petrie with the rebound. And a steal by Fabo and Keyshawn Malcolm. Fabo to the top. Aiden Andy now on the bench for the Bearcats.
Got a little bit of a mismatch. Oh, they didn't recognize it.
Bearcats, Fabo now going to be very methodical, working the 26-point lead. 5:50 to go here in the third quarter. Man-to-man defense. You know Hudson really wants the basketball right now, being guarded by Cullen St. Amant. Malcolm drives, pulls up, no good. That's the fourth shot he's had tonight, Coach. Just has had a touch gone in and out.
Yep.
Petrie drives, backdoor cut, and layup for him, St. Amant.
Oh, that last offensive possession, it stays in one guy's hands. It's just dribble, dribble, dribble. You need to move the basketball, get the defense rotating, get the ball inside.
Bearcats do lead it by 24. St. Amant guarding Hudson with the ball at the top.
Yeah. It's slow developing.
Too slow. They're going to take a timeout on the floor. Bearcats called timeout. Do lead at 49-25 with 5:08 remaining here in the third quarter. We're going to take a 30-second break. You listen to Bearcat basketball on the Rue 102.3 and the Bearcat Nation Network. Back in 30 seconds. First Ruston invites you to join them on Sundays at 8:30, 9:45, or 11 a.m. We offer kids worship at all three services. On Wednesday nights, students meet at the Powerhouse. Middle school students at 5:30, high school students at 6:45. Our mission is to help you find God's plan for your life in a fun, friendly, encouraging environment. For more church info or to watch our services online, we invite you to visit fbcruston.org. We're saving a seat for you at First. Welcome back to Denman Garner Court on the campus of Ruston High School. Nick Brown and Ryan Bond. Bearcats going to inbound the ball right in front of the bench. Parker inbounds the ball to Stringfellow. Still slow pace. We're going to feed the big fella, guarded by Cullen St. Amant. He's going to drive. Kicks. They're going to call him for stepping on the baseline. Now Bearcats got to be careful, Coach. They're falling into that very, not lazy, but they're letting South Lafourche dictate the play of the game. Still a 24-point lead, but just uncharacteristically slow for these Bearcats.
Yeah, and you've mentioned it a couple times already. South Lafourche, they're not going to stop playing.
That's a three from Cullen St. Amant. No good. Hudson with a rebound. He's going to look for a guard. This is it back to Keyshawn Malcolm. Dean's tell him attack the goal.
Yeah.
Attack the goal.
Pick the pace up. Set the offense up quicker. There's that guard-to-guard.
Guard-to-guard dribble back over to Malcolm. This one needs to fall, and it does not. Bearcats are only getting one shot on the rebound. Give credit to South Lafourche now. They're really starting to control the defensive rebounds. There's Coleman with a long-range three. Would have been his second of the game. It's no good. Parker with the rebound. And everybody's wanting the Bearcats to push, and they do, and then they slow down when they get to half court. You're playing right in the hands of the Tarpons. This is what they want. Sutton with the basketball, looking for a dribble handoff. Not going to get it. He's going to drive. He's been guarding close by Kentrell. Kobe. Fabo Stringfellow with the ball, guarded by Carter Kentrell. Sloppy play for the Bearcats. And that's going to be jump ball, alternating possession. Should be the Bearcats' ball. Entering the game for the Tarpons. Number 23, Bo George. Replacing Coleman. Two came out, only one came in. That's not the way it works. They've got it together now. On the floor for the Bearcats, Parker, Stringfellow, Malcolm, Hudson, and Stringfellow. Sutton with the basketball. Really the problem, Coach, right now, none of the outside shots are falling. Malcolm taking most of them. There's a crazy alley-oop into Hudson. Out of the corner to Parker. That three is, wow. That is, you're living right, Coach, when you get that one.
Yeah, for sure. And what South Lafourche is doing is, oh, man.
Boy, that was a rough and tumble, and there, good sportsmanship all the way around. Landon Dardar, call him meathead, but he wasn't a meathead on that play. Reached over, good
ended
sportsmanship.
Up calling a foul there on it. But what South Lafourche is doing is they're giving space to Bill, they're giving space to JP, and they're playing everybody else close.
Malcolm going to post up. Now squares up, faces the basket, hits Parker. Parker cross court to Sutton. Sutton inside to Malcolm. Malcolm with a take to the basket, strong, needed that one. Yeah. Bearcats lead at 54-25. Zarek Hill going to check in for the Bearcats. Petrie being guarded by Stringfellow. Trap come from Parker. They get the basketball. 2-on-1. There's a throw. Going to be ends. And he walked to do believe. They're going to give him a foul. Good. Bearcats catch a break. Stringfellow always played defensive back. Did have some interceptions. Showed great hands on that one. Stringfellow going to the line to shoot two. First free throw is good. That foul was on St. Amant. That's his second. Cullen St. Amant with his second foul. Bearcats have not fouled here in the third quarter. 2:54 remaining. Bearcats lead it by 30, 55-25. Next free throw is no good. St. Amant with the rebound over to Terrence Petrie. Petrie looks at St. Amant for a screen. Back nice reverse dribble. Going to hit Dardar. Dardar over to St. Amant. St. Amant over to George. Back in the hands of Petrie. He drives, pulls up, and it's good. 55-27. Bearcats lead it by 28. Another quick breath as Nick Coleman going to check back in for the Tarpons. Stringfellow with the basketball at top, hits Hudson. Hudson turns, doesn't quite face the basket. Looking to give it up all the way back to Stringfellow. Stringfellow getting frustrated by this Tarpon defense. Sutton with the basketball. I tell you what, great defense being applied by the Tarpons. They are not quitting down 28. Hill with a long-range three. And I want to tell you, that is a guy that has really improved. Go back to his elementary school days. He could score in the paint. That was it. He developed a shot. Going to Louisiana Tech to play football. Great young man, Zarek Hill, the three-pointer. Another three-pointer he answers. Petrie starting to get hot for the Tarpons. 58-30 is our score. Bearcats lead it by 28. In case you're wondering, the magic number to run the clock is 35. 1:28 remaining here in the third quarter. Bearcats lead it by 28. Cole Gray in the game for the Bearcats. At the top, the Stringfellow. He's killed his dribble. Great defense. At number 25, that's Arden Savoy. Petrie there. Hill says, I'll shoot another. And he's got it. Tickles the twine, Zurich Hill. And it's 61-30. Bearcats lead by 31. And he's going to get a foul on that one. Warner Steele just came up and made contact with St. Amant.
Into the ball game, Mason Delaney and Keyshawn Malcolm. And Ahmad and Fabo checking out for a much-deserved rest.
Bearcats lead is 61-30. 1:02 remaining here in the third quarter. We're at Denman Garner Court on the campus of Ruston High. Second round of the Division I non-select playoffs. The winner of this game will face the winner of Westgate and Denham Springs. Cole Gray guarding Petrie. Petrie over to Coleman. Coleman going to look into George. South Lafourche having trouble getting the ball in. Nearly a 5-second count. That was a foul. Gray got away with one. Delaney with the rebound. He's thinking dunk. But I tell you what, he will. I'm going to tell you, number 25, just a junior, Aiden Savoy. That guy is a hustler. That was Delaney was going in for a dunk, and Savoy said, no, not today. 61-30, Bearcats lead it. 42 seconds remaining here. There's Malcolm with a pull-up jumper. Good. He tickles the twine. His shot is back. Bearcats lead it by 33.
Yeah, he loves that elbow area.
Well, he's had a great look to the basket tonight, Coach. He just weren't falling, but you know what shooters do? They keep shooting. Delaney with good defense knocks the ball out of Coleman's hands. Right into the hands of number 23, George.
Crowd not happy with that call, but maybe a little body contact.
Well, Delaney has become a crowd favorite here in the playoffs. At the line, shooting free throws, be number 35, Nick Coleman. Coleman, a senior.
Yeah, the only senior that's in their regular rotation.
Playing most likely his last basketball game for South Lafourche. Bearcats do lead at 63-31 here in the third quarter. And that free throw from Coleman is good. Hill inbounds the ball to Sutton. Sutton over to Malcolm. Bearcats most likely will hold for one here. 5 seconds. Malcolm with head fake, behind the back dribble, dribbles it right into the hands of the Tarpons and picks up a foul. Went behind the back, Coach, turned the ball over, then committed a foul.
Yeah, it's just too many dribbles. Make a quick decision, move the ball.
With 14 seconds, that's not what Deans wanted, just dribble the ball out. But 0.7 seconds, you can't get a shot off with 0.7 seconds.
They need to match up.
No one on Coleman inbounding the basketball. Don't pick up a cheap foul, and there it is. Just let him throw it in. There he is. Boom. And the clock starts. The full court throw. Nearly made it. Nearly made it. We played three. Bearcats lead it 63-32. We're going to take a 60-second break. This is the Bearcat basketball on the Rue 102.3 and the Bearcat Nation Network. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Holland Real Estate Group has been serving the commercial real estate needs in Louisiana for over 30 years.
Because your business means everything to you, we know the importance of proper planning and location management. With our extensive knowledge of the area, we're able to create individualized solutions for our clients. We work closely with our community leaders to understand growth in the area. Ensuring successful win-win relationships for our clients is what we do best.
Welcome back to Denman Garner Court. The fourth quarter has started. Bearcats defend as Coleman misses a layup. Keyshawn Malcolm with the rebound. Bearcats lead at 63-32. Malcolm with a drive. Going to look in the corner. Sutton for three. No good. On the floor for the Bearcats. Malone, Malcolm, Sutton, Delaney, and Hill. Coleman with a long-range three. No good. Rebound Delaney. Nearly punched in the back by number 21, Landon Dardar. Along with the basketball. Going to look at the corners. Eric says, feed me, I'm hot.
Yeah, he made 2 threes there in the third quarter.
Get you that third quarter scoring in just a minute. Back to the top to Hill. He's going to take another three. Oh, he's on fire. He tickles the twine. Zarek Hill with his third three of the night. And the Bearcats lead at 66-32. I tell you what, there's timeout on the floor, but we're going to keep it right here. Coach, tell me those third quarter statistics.
All right, you have Zarek leading the Bearcats with 2 threes, so 6 points, but he had several guys. You know, Bill had 2. Brings his game total up to 11. Aiden Andy 2. JP 3. He's got 11 for the game. Fabo 1. And Ahmad had 2, so he's up to double figures as well with 10.
I tell you what, that is just a great job of rebounding. Great job by the students of the Bearcat Nation Network. I'm going to tell you, hope you're enjoying the picture-in-picture. One of the students said, hey, I think we should be able to do that, and they figured it out. So we certainly hope you enjoyed that tonight. And it's been a battle in here with the cheerleaders with the flips, but I tell you, Coach, this is one 66-32. We watched the video. You and I discussed this. This is one where they came in with a mismatch, and those sometimes can scare you because you've got to take care of business. Right now, the Bearcats have done that, leading by 34.
Yeah, from the very beginning, the tip, all the way up to this point, they've taken care of business. They've played with great intensity. Very, very few lulls in this ballgame.
Coleman, go ahead. Coleman going to inbound the basketball underneath the basket. He's guarded by Keyshawn Malcolm. And you wonder, Bearcats putting up pressure up 34, the magic number. You want to rest these legs, Coach. That clock starts moving quicker as you move on into the quarterfinals. Coleman with the basketball, guarded by Zarek Hill. Over to Petrie, guarded by Malone, 10 guarding 10. They did that on purpose because we had 0 guarding 0 earlier. Coleman at the top, going to look, 0 guarding 0. Behind the back, Coleman showing guard skills. He inbound the ball to number 24. That's going to be Sademont. Sademont over to Petrie. Petrie with a long three, no good. Rebound into Delaney's hand, and here come the Bearcats. And Hill going to hit it, shoot another one. No good on that one. Rebound into the hands of Terrence Petrie for the Tarpons. Bearcats leading by 34. That shot good by the younger Kentrell. Carter Kentrell with a three-point. No, excuse me, he's the older. Brother's in the ninth, he's a sophomore. Now he's guarding. Kentrell guarding in the corner into Malone, to the top to Malcolm. Malcolm over, boy. Sutton never stays still. He's always moving, Coach. To the top with Hill. He's going to shoot it again. And they're going to say now put the brakes on it. He's missed the last 2, made the first 3. Still 3 for 5 from three-point land. Kentrell going to hit the ball over to Petrie. Petrie for good. That's back-to-back three-pointers for the Tarpons.
Yeah, it's a never say die attitude from South Lafourche.
And you know you don't like that as a coach because you want to finish strong. Should have been an intentional foul, but he's going to do that just to get subs in.
Yep.
Classy move by Carter Kentrell. Made the foul. Going to bring in the sub, get some guys in. Classy move by the head coach, Keegan Polkey. Getting in number 50, checking in. That's Peyton Hebert. And I didn't get the other number, Coach, 14. That's number 14, Carter Bro. They're both seniors, so great job by Keegan Polkey getting seniors into the game here, playoff action in the quarterfinal. In the second round. Bearcats lead at 66-38. Malcolm with the ball at the top to Hudson. Hudson going to look. Very unselfish play out of the Bearcats tonight. That Kentrell, Carter Kentrell, will not go away. Into Delaney. Delaney into Malcolm. Malcolm with a long-range three. No good. Delaney taps it out right in the hands of Carter Kentrell. Kentrell all over the floor. They're going to hit at the top. That's going to be Petrie. Petrie to Carter Kentrell. Kentrell going to dribble around. Going to hit Coleman. Coleman with a cross-court pass into the other senior. They're telling him to shoot. That's Peyton Hebert, and he airs it. He nails it. The senior, number 50. Peyton Hebert with a three-point basket.
That's a cool moment.
Well,
right
I tell you, the moment was he threw the ball to Coleman, and Coleman threw it to him and did the shooting motion, shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
Classy move by these seniors from South Lafourche. The others now entering the game, number 13. That's Rustin Guidry. Ruston with an I. Bearcats lead it by 25, 4:34 remaining here in the contest. There's Malcolm. He's going to shot fake, pull up, 8-footer. The rim is kind. Bearcats lead it 68-41. Petrie with the basketball. He's going to hit Guidry. Guidry going to go inside. The other senior, he's up, and it's good. Carter Bro with a 2-point basket. Coach, they know probably, you look at the smiles on the face in there, and here another intentional foul from Terrence Petrie to get another player into the game. That's just a class act. Remy and Simi now ending the contest for South Lafourche. And I want to tell you, you don't know how long the Bearcats are going to hold the basketball. What a classy move. Grab the guy, get these seniors into the contest. Classy move by Keegan Polkey, head coach of the Tarbans of South Lafourche. Bearcats now clearing their bench as well. Coach, if you'll give me the name of these players that just entered the contest.
You got number 15, that's Jaden Anding. Number 30 is Jackson Murray. 23 is Cole Gray, and then 13, Braylon Knox.
So, 2 players on the floor. Bearcats lead it by 25, 3:59 remaining. Knox with the basketball. Over to Gray. Murray cutting through. Gray with the basketball. He attacks the rim. Dishes to. And that is no good. And there's a strong take. That one no good from Gray.
Caden Gray.
Caden Gray. Yeah. So we got a lot of brothers playing tonight.
Yeah. Cole is 23. Caden is 20.
The Cantrell brothers, the Gray brothers playing tonight. And there's Coleman with a kiss off the glass. At number 35, Nick Coleman, going to be another foul. How many seniors they have going to enter number 12? Alex Friedlander going to enter the game, giving a hug to Coleman. Peyton Airbear and Coleman with a hug at midcourt. Waves to his mother and dad. Bearcats lead it by 23.
Yeah, I've got an update from down the road. Simsboro with a pretty easy victory there tonight over Shudrick.
Gray with the basketball on the wing. Going to look to the top. Murray thought about it. Gets it taken away. Fights it back. Got away with a double dribble, triple dribble. He's in. No good. Peyton Abear with the basketball for the Tarpers. He looks in the corner. You get a final score? Simsboro by almost 40.
Yeah, I didn't get the final score, but.
Gray motioning down. 2:38 remaining. Bearcats lead it by 23, 68-45. At the top, Handy's going to drive. Going to call a jump ball, alternating possession. Ball going to stay right here with the Bearcats. Bearcats lead at 68-45, 2:21 remaining here in the contest. Nick Brown and the coach Ryan Bond will bring you quarterfinal action. Not sure where it may be yet. If Westgate were to upset Denham Springs, it'd be right here at Denham Garner Court. And that three-point basket is good.
By Braylon Knox.
Braylon Knox for three. 71-45, Bearcats lead it.
Yeah, Braylon's a sophomore, but he works extremely hard.
And the Tarpons answer that three-point basket with one of their own from Carter Bro. Denham Springs is up on Westgate 12-11 with 3:34 in the first. Most intelligent audience in all of radio. Appreciate you listening on Rue 102.3 and watching on the Bearcat Nation Network. 73-48 here, 1 minute and some change remaining from Denham Garner Court. That three is no good. Bearcats fighting for the rebound. Gray comes up with it, dishes to Andy. Andy going to track it down, dribble it out. Another three on the way, no good. And going to call a foul on Gray. We'll follow that. We will have the quarterfinal action. If it's on the road, we'll just be on Rue 102.3. If it's at home, we will have the stream and the radio broadcast. Appreciate Rue 102 and their coverage of Bearcat and Lady Bearcat athletics. There's a timeout on the floor, Coach. We're going to keep it right here. It makes for a good week of practice when you got a couple days of practice when everybody gets time in here in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to Aiden Anding. You know, he played a couple of minutes here in the second half. He got that nice alley-oop dunk, and I think Coach just pulled him out just more of a precaution and sprained ankle. And I know he.
Well, I think it's a smart move. Number one, you're up 25, 30 points, and you've got one of your starters tweaked his ankle just a little bit. And here's the thing: you got players that are capable, and they're getting valuable minutes here in the second round of the playoffs. And the Bearcats final, where it will be again. That game being played in Walker, which is, by the way, a larger court. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But 1:14 remaining here in the contest. Bearcats going to cruise into the quarterfinals with a victory over South Lafourche. And there's number 30 with a strong take. Murray takes it to the rack. 75-48, Bearcats lead it. And that's going to be a foul, three-point play opportunity for the senior, number 14 for the Tarpons, Carter Bro.
Yeah, maybe he should have got some minutes a little bit earlier.
Carter Bro been on fire tonight. Yeah. Now Jackson Murray scoring on the other end for the Bearcats.
Yeah, getting another update on that Denham Springs Westgate. Denham Springs is now up 18-11 with 2:05 left.
In the first quarter.
Yep, in the first.
75-51. If Denham Springs were to hold on and win that game, Bearcats would go on the road for the quarterfinals, most likely play on Friday. There's Gray with a crossover dribble. They're going to take it to the rack, but they're going to call a foul or travel. They're going to get the foul. Looks like number 50 picking up the foul for the Tarpons. That's Peyton Hebert. Coming to the ball game for the Tarpons, number 10, and that's going to be Kobe Cantrell replacing number 14, giving the senior his moment. That's Carter Bro. There's Murray with a three, and it's good. Maybe Murray and Carter Bro should have started this contest tonight. They've both been on fire.
Very, very efficient in their limited minutes.
And there's another three basket. Bearcats lead at 78-54. And that's going to be, another three on the way from Anding. No good. Rebound control by the Tarpons. Going to throw down the court to number 15. Going to put up a jumper. And it is no good. Gets his own rebound. Going to put it up. And that's going to be your ball game. Your final score tonight from Denman Garner Court. Bearcats win it to advance to the quarterfinals. The final, Ruston 78, South Lafourche 54. We'll be back in 60 seconds. We'll be back in 2 minutes to go over the stats with you. Final stats and final thoughts in 2 minutes. Listen to Bearcat basketball on the Rue 102.3 and the Bearcat Nation Network. Back in 2 minutes. to Denman Garner Court with a final score. Ruston wins it 78-54 over the Tarpons of South Lafourche. They will await the winner of Bladen Walker, Denham Springs, and Westgate, 22-18 in that game. Denham Springs leading in the first quarter. Coach, big night for the Bearcats. That ball was shared a lot of Bearcats scoring tonight.
Yeah, you lead off and you look at Zatarian Sutton-Bill, point guard. He had 11 points, 3 for 4 from the three-point line, also 6 assists. So a very, very solid basketball game from Zatarian. Looking at another double-figure score, Jordan Parker. He was also 3 for 4 from the three-point line. Another big night from him. Fabo comes in limited minutes, and he's very, very efficient. He had 10 points. Zarek Hill hits those 3 threes out of heat check. Keyshawn Malcolm, he ended up with 8. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but he's still probably shaking some of that sickness he had
He had COVID a week ago, and I want to tell you that thing. You want your shooters to keep shooting because they're going to fire. He got some favorable rolls, but normally shots that fall didn't fall for him tonight.
I always told my guys the best shot is the next shot, so he's going to keep putting that thing up. Ahmad Hudson, very efficient, 10 points. Looks like he ended up with 9 total rebounds, and then Jackson Murray comes in there at the end. He gets 5. Braylon Knox gets 5. So several guys score here tonight.
I tell you what, just a great night for basketball. Bearcats will advance into the quarterfinals. If we're on the road, just be Coach and I without the video. If the Bearcats play at home, we'll have the stream. But all action can be heard on Rue 102.3. Appreciate their commitment to Bearcat and Lady Bearcat athletics. Played in the second quarter down at Walker High School. And that's where if the Bearcats at Denham Springs wins the game where the Bearcats will play, Denham Springs leading 22-18. For Seth back at the station, for Colin McDonald on stats, Ryan Bond, Coach Ryan Bond. I am Nick Brown. Our time is up. We thank you for yours. The final score, Bearcats 78, Tarpons 54. We'll see you Friday. Good night, everyone.